So here we go for a 9-ball Scotch doubles match, and this is a loser's side match. The winner's side is a race to 7, the loser's side is a race to 5, and Albinario and Fritz are playing djsimon and Stevo UK, and Albinario and Fritz have just knocked me and my partner Bill out of the tournament. And you can see though that in the HUD, Albinario and Fritz have got a big ask. They are giving away the full handicap to their opponents. Simon and Stevo are getting 3 racks of a start, so they're 3-0 up in a race to 5. So that's a tough ask. But I would suggest that it is fair from the point of view that these two guys, Albinario and Fritz, are very experienced players, and on most days you'd expect them to win anyway, but it's still going to be tough for them. If they make mistakes though, this is the important thing that we'll see in the match. If they make mistakes, it's down to how Simon and Stevo, if they can actually capitalise on it. Now that 9-ball is certainly going into the middle pocket. I thought it was lying on the point of the rail there. It looks to be fine. All the balls in the open, and that wasn't a great shot. And so the choice here for Albinario is to try and cut this into the right corner with a lot of draw in the ball, and there's a danger of drawing onto the side rail or near that jaw on the left hand side. He's putting bottom and left to kick it off the rail, and that's what's missed the pot. So here's an example of or let's hope it's an example of whether Simon and Stevo can capitalise on that error. Although it was a poor positional shot on the 4. And the cue ball needs to go off the right rail, the side rail, and back out into the middle of the table. But if you put too much bottom on it, the cue ball can come across and again go straight into this middle pocket, so got to be careful. And that's gone all wrong. The only place in the table you could put the cue ball where your partner's not get a shot, and you see my point about capitalising. So poor control on the cue ball there has thrown away their chance. And it's all down to the 6 ball. If you can get from the 5 to the 6 in a decent position, then they should run this out fairly easily. And let's see if drawing for position is going to work out right. Again, that's just a bit high on the 6, and this is just about potting the 6 because the cue ball's going to finish nice on the 7. Cue ball just normal weight, but I don't know whether he's actually drawing this. It should just run through natural. Yep, he's just playing it natural, but he's overcut it. So this is the second opportunity. They're going to have to kick this in, I think, because Oh no, he could see the edge. And it's run too far to be comfortable. Same sort of shot, just pot the cue, pot the 7, the cue ball should just run out nice. So it's went from disaster possibly to triumph in this first frame, rack, sorry. And that really means that Albinario and Fritz are right on it, backs to the wall now. And so djsimon and Stevo UK managed to snatch the rack. However, disaster in the break. They've got a couple of balls down, and one of the other balls they got was a cue ball. So this is the point of no return. And this is going to prove whether Albi and Fritz can handle the pressure, because they know that they can't really make mistakes, because you know, these guys, although they play at a lower standard to what Albi and Fritz play, they're still, you know, capable enough of running balls. They just take their time. But looking at the table, there's no excuse. It's just making sure the cue ball's in a position to go on the next ball, that everyone's got a pocket. The only slightly awkward one that I see can be just getting on this 7 ball nicely, so that you've got a correct angle to get up for the 8. So if we're looking for possible problems, that could be it. I mean, the balls are sitting like this, it looks so easy, but when you're playing, all sorts of things go through your head about where you're going to put the cue ball, and then you overhit it or you underhit it, because you're obviously thinking about your partner as well. That's the difference with Scotch doubles. Each player takes a shot in turn, and you don't want to do anything silly. So now this, let's have a look down the shot. This is perfectly straight, so he's got to watch his pace to get on this 7. So he's decided to do the run through, and he's left it at least 2 foot short. And this is still cuttable along the rail, but he's got to get it right, or the cue ball 7 can come off the rail, hit that jaw. And he's got it though. So the cue ball's going to be travelling here, and this is what you don't want to be doing. You don't want to have the cue ball running around the table in any game if you can help it, apart from billiards probably, but in these sort of games it's about cue ball control, and putting it in the simple positions rather than complicating things. And that was a well played shot by Fritz, well controlled, perfectly on the 9, making it easy for his partner. So they've managed to fend off the impending result by winning that rack, and that gets them on the board. It's now 4 racks to 1 against Albi and Fritz. They've got the ball in the break, but well, they've no real shot in the 1 here. It's difficult to see what he's thinking. He's going to try and kick it up the table. Is he going to try and thin it, or is he just going to play the push by the looks of it? Now that there's no bank on here unless he's banking it to the left, because the 1 ball will go down into that left corner pocket as we see at the top of the screen. But it's an ambitious shot, and of course the 2's blocking the bank path to the other pocket at the top right. And well, that was a clever shot because it almost came off, stunning the cue ball into the 9, trying to get it into the pocket, but he's got a second prize. He's fluked another ball, and now the most obvious shot on the table is trying to cut this 1 onto the 9. Has he came round and had a look at the cut? See the potting angle? And he's got to be careful he doesn't go in off. Well, he's missed the pot. And he's left a reasonably awkward cut in this 1 ball. Now has the cue ball got a path rounded out to get onto the 2? I think it possibly can. He might clip the 3. Difficult to say with how thin it's going to be. So he's played the safety, or the safety pot, by just playing it soft, keeping the cue ball in the open, which was good thinking. Let's tidy the camera up. Let's have a quick look down here to see this. The 3 doesn't go past the 4 on that side, so again it's a tough ask to get on it. Well, it's a very high cut, and it's probably one of the few places you could leave the cue ball to give yourself a chance to cut this. Up and down with the cue ball. Oh well, he's played the snooker, and that was a wiser move. Now let's see whether Steve-O can get the jump stick out and try and do something with this 3. I feel he has to maybe attempt it if he can. He just needs to get momentum into the 3 and get it down onto the 9, and they've won the match. So this is a possible match winning shot. Oh, disaster. Well, that's the worst thing that could have happened, is setting the 3 up, scratching in the middle and missing the 9 altogether. It would have been ideal if he had scratched and actually made the pot, because then of course the 9 ball would have been respotted. And 6 ball, can't see what ball was it that went into the middle, but we've got 2 balls down. And well, a long combo here, and this is just about tracking the 1 ball to the pocket, because if you play the right potting angle, it's got to sink the 4. Yeah, played it well, and a nice angle on the 1, maybe a little bottom and right hand English just to send the cue ball down the table, but not too hard, because you don't want to risk going into the jaws of that corner pocket. And Fritz has played that all wrong, far too hard. We might try tucking in behind the 3 ball. Well, that's a mistake. The 2 ball glides past the 5, no problem. The problem's about what he's going to do with the cue ball. and he didn't get enough into that at all. No momentum to give his partner a chance on this 3. And that is an excellent cut. Had to go for it, because really when you're on the hill like this, you've really got to take whatever chance you can, and it was well played. And this looks like a straightforward either run through, because you can run through off the bottom rail and back up for the 8, but he's played that. Is that going to lie nice on the 8? Well, let's have a look. And that's pretty perfect. He just needs to get a good bit of draw on this to get the cue ball out. And that's game, set, match. They took their chance, just rolling the 9, and that's the favourites for the tournament. Have been knocked out by 5 racks to 2 by Steve UK and djsimon.